Hey, Joanne. Hello. Oh, hello. Hello, Kenny. Lucy Jane. Hello. And welcome. And I have... welcome to this streamathon. I have problems with my equipment. I have used a lot of tape to try to hold it, but it's very strange. The tape is long, so I have forgotten that it broke some weeks ago. But anyway, let's try this on my broken equipment. So it's Saturday and it's the second day of this streamathon hosted by dear Vicky. And hello, Shannon. Oh, I have to look at the screen on in a very strange angle. We'll see how this will go, but hopefully it will go okay. So I just came from my sofa where I have been coloring on this page. Let me see if I can fix this just for a moment. Hello, Vicky. So this picture is almost done, but okay, sorry for the angle of the camera, but I can't help it right now. I have to buy a new tripod or something. Hello, Mara. But today I was thinking of, as I'm trying to finish old whips this year, I was thinking of doing this one, which from Rita Berman's Die Welt unter der Lupe so lande, as it's would fit this Woodland Wonders colorathon. But I decided, hello Sammy, welcome. I'm gonna try to do my first page in Tomislav Tomić's book, Språkjespus. I don't know how to say that. It's a lovely gift I received last year and I haven't dared to color in it yet. So if I miss anyone coming in, it's not just that I'm confused as always, it's also that my screen is in a strange angle, so I have to sit in a very strange way. My streaming equipment kind of broke. Well, the tripod broke when last time I was screaming. Last time I was screaming, it broke, streaming. And as I haven't been streaming for a long time or done any videos or anything, I had just been with my family, worked from home, sat in my sofa reading fantasy books, and been very, very, very introvert. So I had totally forgot about this broken equipment until I came here today, as always, a bit late. So like 5 minutes before the stream, I have had to run for the tape, the silver tape that we usually have with us when we are going to tenting. If anything breaks and have to quickly be fixed, this didn't work very well. And I'm sure my phone will have some glue on it after this, but I would try. Oh my, I wonder if I can do something about the angle. Maybe like that. Now you're going to be seasick again. If I can... Oh no, that's too high, then I can't see at all. Yeah, my introvert side have totally grown during this hard time. I haven't met anyone. We have a lot of meetings online with my work, but that's kind of it. Okay. Let's keep it like this. I just have to be a little bit longer. I have to stretch my back to see the screen and your comments. Hello, Louise. So again, sorry if I miss more people than normal and more comments than normal. I am too short for my equipment today, but that will work somehow. Okay, let's see. I have not done a plan for this, but the only plan I did was, as this version of the book is single-sided. I don't have many single-sided books, and the paper feel kind of glossy. It's not very rough. I guess you could use whatever on it, but I will not use pencils from start, as that also takes a very long time. So I will use something that I have not used for a long time. Hello, Carola, welcome. Nice to see you all. It has been a long time, and I have been very, as I said, like a turtle in the shell, or a snail maybe. And I also have had, or I still have, a cold, which won't go away, and I can't say if it's that COVID virus. I don't think so, but I'm not sure. It's kind of, I thought I was healthy some days ago, but then it came back. So I'm gonna stream, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it for 3 hours as I had planned. We'll see. So my plan is to use SIG. Let me find the right page in my book. Here. So, SIG Clean Color Real Brush. Let me see. I should have, yeah, I have a little bit of water in my water brush. My Derwent #1 water brush. Let's see what colors I want. I want some kind of, I will just start with this deer. Or what is it called? Is it a deer? And I will do it kind of brownish, not so dark brownish as a start. So let me see. Do I want the oatmeal, which is almost a bit pinkish? Mustard. Mustard is good if you use water on it. It's kind of too dark if to just use. Beige is a little bit, I think I will go for the mustard. Okay, it was a long time since I used this. I guess I need something of plastic that I can use as a palette. This was what came up, this circle shaped, also broken thing. Oh, everything is broken around me. Okay, mustard. Let's start with that. Just to get it started. Oops, let me see. Yes, it's kind of like cardstock almost, the paper. So I've been kind of terrified of Tomislav Tomić's books because they are so detailed, but they're also very gorgeous. So I'm so happy for this copy. And I like this picture as it has a lot of small details, but they are kind of the same. It's a lot of leaves and a lot of flowers. So it's not that messy. It's not that many things to decide colors for. Okay, now I have to try to see. Hello, Samine. I lost you. Something happened with my camera, with my phone. Okay, let's see. So I have seen that a lot of people still are streaming and doing videos and are very social online in the community, which is perfect. And Johanna Basford has made a lot of live streams, and I saw that she's going to do a super special little coloring book for us to color now when we have to stay home more than usual. I have not been very social. I have been Now I have forced myself out of this shell for this event, and we'll see if that will make me more social after this. The paper gets a little bit buckly, I can feel. It doesn't matter as it is single-sided, but I would guess this paper works better for alcohol markers than for water-based mediums. The plan is that I'm going to stream tomorrow as well, a bit earlier in the morning, or I don't know what the time is where you are. Noon my time. This is 2 p.m. my time. But yeah, if my energy level is okay, I'm going to do that. So then I'm going to keep coloring on this one. If I'm not super fast and finish it today, but that will never happen, will it? Okay, the leg was longer than I thought. I missed a little bit down here. It's so light also in here. I have to read what, let me see. Oh, hello Nanamoo. Nana, eating, blanket high, yeah, eating lunch, of course. Happy Saturday. Oh, Kenny, thank you. I have missed you too. I just didn't have the energy to be around. Oh, Shannon, thank you. So, yeah, exactly. You answered, Samine. It's Sig Real Brush Pens. So now I'm going to go back to it. It was a long time since I used them, so I thought I could come to use today. Okay, now I see. It has a lot of more details than I first saw, like the birds, the egg and the nest. Oh, look at this. Oh no, sorry. But it has a lot of small birds. I think birds is difficult. I saw this beautiful bird earlier this morning. I don't know the English word for it. Rödhake is the Swedish name. It has like a red neck. Okay, that was a very safe start of this picture. Just a pale brown for a base. Okay, Vicky, you were outside for an hour, now your face is burning. Is it very sunny? Okay, we have the trees as well, and we have the crown. I'm looking at the color chart. I wonder if I want it to be grayish or more brownish too. I think I will go for the mid-gray. Oops! No, it's... Oh. I haven't been in this room for ages, as I have been in the let me see. Oh boy, what's happening now? I know. Come on. Come on. Okay, this is not good. This is not good. I do have to fix my tripod. Okay, let's see the mid-gray. Can you see it? It's kind of, the paper sucks in the color immediately. So I have to be very fast. If not, it's going to be too harsh lines, marks between the colors. Okay, now it's hard to see what's the crown and what's the trees. I guess it's the point. It's totally meant to be like that. It's kind of floating together into each other. So this year seems to be, for me, very introvert and kind of back to the oldies. I'm doing my old whips, and I am, I'm sorry if you can't see, I can hardly see the screen myself, and it's so light. Melody, are you here? Welcome, sweetheart. So I'm doing old whips mostly, and I am rereading some old favorites. Usually I can't reread books, but now I'm rereading the Memory, Sorrow and Thorn series, fantasy series by Ted Williams, one of my old favorites. It helped me through a depression a long time ago. And since that it was my favorite, but I haven't reread it until now. So old whips and rereading books and kind of try to cook good food, tasty good food, because when you're home a lot, that kind of the most interesting part of the day when you are eating. How sad does that sound? Well, for me that's always the most one of the most my favorite parts of the day, as I really enjoy good food. And we have just re-seen Seinfeld, so it's kind of back to old things. But I have ordered Hannah Carlson's latest book. Well, what is the name in English? In Swedish it's Midnattsmaskeraden. But I haven't received it yet. I think it will come Monday or Tuesday next week. So that will be interesting. I think it's hard not to, when I have these anxiety days, it can be because, you know, the world seems a lot of yeah, there's hard not to feel anxiety over the situation in the world, and I have been scared that people around me will be sick, really, really sick, and I kind of just want to buy things online to make me feel better. But then you have to pick it up. So I have tried to go to the pickup place late in the nights when it's really not much people out. And I also try to buy groceries very late before the stores close. But now, for next week, I have pre-ordered food, so they will come to the door with it. That feels good. Okay. Do you even see this? Hey, Karina! Oh, so many wonderful people in here, and that I can hardly see you because, yeah. If I'm gonna stream tomorrow, I will have to try to see if I can use something else. And I mean, the light is really good for coloring, but for reading on the screen, it's way too light. Okay, I wonder if the crown is all of the tree or if there are any tree branches that are just branches. When a picture is this detailed, it's hard to even see what it is, all the details, before you start to color it in. But that is kind of the interesting thing about it, that you will discover it while you are coloring it. So this is mid-gray, which is kind of it's a warm gray color. And Sig Clean Color Real Brush, which is a water-based, like watercolor pen. And I can use it directly on the paper if I want to, but then it's going to be much darker. And I like to do the first layer kind of light, so it's easier to color it over and make shadows and things with Sig or with other just regular pencils. Okay, now I have to stand up again and see. Can you see this, or am I outside the frame? Oh no, Samina, that's terrible that you couldn't attend the funeral. Yeah. Yeah, I have a working friend, a colleague at work that also passed away recently from cancer, and I don't think they're gonna have the funeral until the summer, so we'll see how things is then. Okay, this tape, sorry, I have to tape more. The thing is, if I tape too much, I can't see, then the phone will just disappear in tape. Oh no, I have tape everywhere. I'm so sorry. Oh no. This is not working very good. Come on. Okay. It's always something. Yeah, do it yourself stream, exactly. You can't believe I'm working with TV. Let me see. Is there a difference between picking up color of a palette from pencils? Or markers. Yeah, Kenny, I'm totally out of practice. Oh boy, I have just to sit down and take my cold coffee. Yes, I am. And it's so it's so little space in here. I will try to move things around, but that... No, not again. Something... Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for you, Samina. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. It's not much difference, but it's easier to use a palette, I think, with the pens. Now, this is not a real palette, but anything will do that is not that is plastic or metal. And can you see me? I have to stand up. The thing is, when you use palette, you can just scrub in some color and then use a pencil. If you take the color directly from the brush like this, you can do that as well. But then the thing is, oh, now it was very, from start it will be very dark, but after a while it will be very light because you're kind of taking away the color from the tip. So you have to use it a bit to take out, so it will become more color. But when you use pencils, watercolor pencils, then I don't use a palette. I don't know if you even can do that. And now I'm not on the crown anymore, but I'm still using the same color because it's hard to see the difference between this tree and this crown. Maybe someone else have a better answer. Mostly when I use watercolor pencils, I color on the paper and then use water. But sometimes I take from the tip, take directly from the tip, and it works good as well. But it's the same technique. Okay, now this is not the this is a tree. Okay. I could use the same colors, of course. But my plan was to do the crown, and now I'm lost. I'm lost. And can you see anything? I have to stand up. Maybe I can sit on my knees so I can come up higher. Oh my. Okay, let's try this. It's a very strange work position, but I can see you better. Okay, is that a crown? And what do I want to do with the other ones? I will do some leaves, I think, while I'm thinking. Let's see. What kind of greeny thing I want. So my reading plan, because earlier in life, before I got sick, burnt out, so I couldn't read anymore. But before that, I read a lot. And when I think about old favorites, it's almost always fantasy books, even if I read a lot of different books. But it's something about reading long series where the character evolves and you are in that world for a long time. It's very good when you have to, it can take some time to come into that kind of books, but if you are in them, like Harry Potter or something, they are so, yeah, I really, really like it. So I have came back to reading. Can I zoom in a bit? Yeah, I can zoom in, but then I have to be more, it's hard for me to... Okay, let's do something where you can see. Let's do it here. Okay. I'm sorry if I miss things you say. It's really, really hard to read it. Sammy, do you mean reading books or coloring books? Because, as I said, I'm doing a lot of old whips right now, try to finish it, and the same thing is about reading. I have this longing to reread my favorites, so I have been thinking a lot about what my favorite books have been through life. So I can tell you if you want to. I think I will go for this sap green. Oop, this one. Sap green. No, that is koi. Okay, I don't have my kois here. Yeah, I have. But maybe there are some color I can use from the six. Let me see. There are no color exactly like that. Okay, so I will try to find the sap green. The kois. Also another water-based pen with another tip. Sig have a real brush. I don't think you can see it, but yeah, and maybe now. It's a real brush, as you can hear in the name, and this one is more of a regular brush tip. Oh, Lossy Jane, you also love long fantasy series. Yeah. So I'm not sure if Sammy wanted to know about my fantasy favorites or my book favorites or my coloring book favorites, but I'm gonna tell you my book favorites as I can remember them throughout my reading life. That is books that I most of them I want to reread now. Maybe I should have two different colors. I think I will use light green or deep green. Okay, so I'm going to try to use Sig light green and Sig deep green. No, not deep green. Yeah, deep green on a palette, and this sap green from Koi. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you some of my all-time favorites when it comes to books, not coloring books. So, from when I was a kid, Narnia. I was in the 2nd grade. I don't know if that is how you say it. I was 8 years old, and my friend borrowed me the Witch and the Lion, is that the name in English? Book, the first one, and I was reading through the nights. I was just 8 years old, but I was hiding from my parents how late I was staying up reading them. That was one of my first big experience from a book. And another favorite from when I was a kid was Mio Min Mio, Mio My Mio, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. Yeah, that is the English name of it. We have this children book author, not alive anymore, but she's super famous in Sweden, and I think she's kind of famous for maybe books like Pippi Longstocking. Astrid Lindgren. My favorites of her books was Mio min Mio, which is a fantasy book about a boy that lives in not his own family, but some people taking care of him, but they don't really like him. But then he comes to this other land where he's the prince of the king. But there is an evil person there, and he has to save the world. I really like that book. And let me see. What more? Yeah, then it's this Memory, Sorrow, Thorn. Memory, Thorn, Sorrow. I don't remember the order. The Ted Williams fantasy series. It is it has a lot of words and descriptions, almost like the Tolkien Lord of the Rings book, which I don't like very much. I do love the movies, but I think there are too much descriptions in the books. Yeah, it's a lot of those in this book series too, but I think it's very good. The first books are a bit boring, I have to say. When I have tried to reread it, I have always stopped in book 2, but this time I didn't read book 1 and 2, just went to book 3, and then it starts to be good again. So that is one of my favorites. And let me see. Yeah, I really like these books by... Oh, I don't know his name. He's Spanish, Barcelona. His... I don't know. Sorry, I don't know the name in English. Vind and skugga. The shadow of the wind, maybe? Oh no. Sorry, my phone is dipping too much. More tape. Oh, maybe now. Are you still here? Okay, right now it's kind of good for me. I can see it again. Woo! Yeah, this is trilogy, but I think actually there are 4 books now. He has written 4 books, I think. So there, I think his name is kind of Ruiz Zafón something. Yeah, the Twilight books. No, I haven't read them. I think I might like those. I like young adult books, so I will give that a try. But I have not read the Twilight books, but I really liked the Hunger Game books. Oh, The Little Prince. No, I have just heard about it. I have not read it. So I have to try that someday. And let me see, what other favorites? Yeah, Mistborn. That was a fantasy book series I received from my family last year. And it is now one of my new favorites. It was really good. Oh, you just got the Hunger Games audiobooks. Cool. Yeah, I really like them. I didn't even realize it was this young adult book. I thought it was fantastic. Very easy to read. And I must say, I like the Da Vinci Code. It was a long time since I read it, but I remember how hard it was to put the book away. Let me see. Yeah, another favorite, which is not a fantasy book, is... Oh, let me see, what can their name be in English? It's The Wreath of the Grape, maybe? the author is really, really famous, but now I can't remember it. Yeah, I think that book was fantastic. Yeah, The Mistborn. I think that is. I was so overwhelmed by it, and you couldn't figure out how it would end, and it changed so much during the books, and yeah, I just thought it was fantastic. Oh, sorry, really fantastic. Yeah, hello Lulu. Yes, this is Tomislav Tomić. So I have not been coloring in it before. It is this beautiful gift I received last year, but now I thought for this event I was going through, flipping through my books, and when I saw this I thought, yeah, maybe I would actually try this one. And I decided to use water-based pens as it is single-sided books. So I thought that it's easier for me it's faster, and then I can do this and chat with you more easily, maybe, I thought. Yeah, great, Vicky, that you remind us. The coloring hashtag for this event this month is Woodland Wonders Color Along. So if you are joining and doing a page and want to post it on Instagram, don't forget that hashtag. So yeah, maybe that was my favorites. I'm sure I have forgotten some. Did I say Harry Potter? Because Harry Potter is also there, of course. I loved it. That is also a book I want to reread someday. And I also have started to read this glass, what is it called in English? I'm not very good at reading in English, so unfortunately I mostly read in Swedish when I can get them in Swedish. Glass Throne, maybe? Throne of Glass. I have just read book 1, but I have bought book 2 and 3, so I'm gonna, after I have finished the Ted Williams series, I'm gonna give that a try. Yeah, John Steinbeck, thank you, Katrina, exactly, The Grapes of Wrath. Yes, I was totally overwhelmed by that book. And now when I think about what happened in it, I can't understand why I got so caught up in it, because it's so depressing, but it's really, really good. Oh, I don't have the cover. You mean which book? The John Steinbeck? Because I don't have that. I think I borrowed it on the from the library. So as I said, this is a mix of I'm using sap green, koi sap green, and Kuretake Sig Clean Color Reel Brush, light green and deep green, and just doing different colors on different leaves just to give some variation. And then my plan is to use pencils for some shading. And leaves don't have to be green, but I kind of like green. It's such a calming color, so I want them to be green. guess I will remember more favorite books after this stream. But those are some of those books that have given me the biggest experience, the biggest, what do you say? Feeling when I have read them. Well, my English have not improved since last stream. That is for sure. Oh, sorry, I was so much thinking about reading books, so I didn't. Let me try to zoom out. It's this book. It's the name I can't pronounce. Språkjespos, maybe, by Tomislav Tomić. I think there are another version of this book, but this is the Dutch version, I think. Another book I really liked to read was the book I read last year called Ready Player One. I know they did a movie from the book, which was not at all like the book. It was very, very different from the book. But that was also one of those books that I could hardly put away. I just wanted to read and read. So the plan is that I'm gonna stream today and tomorrow, and then I'm attending this Mermaid May event in the beginning of May, hosted by Belinda. Oops. Another book I really remember enjoying, but now I don't know if it was one of the big favorites, but when I read it as when I was young, I couldn't stop, put the book away, and that was this what is it called? I think the author is called Jane M. Aul or something. Grottbjörnens folk in Swedish. Yeah, Katarina, I guess it's the same pictures. But Tomislav Tomić has 2 books, and this is one of them, but I think there are different versions of this book as well. Okay, this was not a nice way to sit. My feet are hurting. Okay. But I haven't read much for years, so this is, it's kind of nice to be back to reading again. Even if I'm just rereading old favorites. Oh, I have to sit down a bit. Hey, Solveig and Maria. Oh, Maria, welcome. I try to color on the right place where you can see, but sometimes I apparently colors on the wrong place on the paper. So we were talking about favorites when it comes to reading books. So what are your favorite, all-time favorite book? Or maybe books if you can't choose? The Green Mile. This is a bit embarrassing, but I don't think I ever have read any of Stephen King's books. The Kite Runner and The English Patient and P.S. I Love You. Oh, I haven't read any of those, but then I remember, it made me remember some more favorite books. Jojo Mayo, is that her name? There's Life After You. I think that is a fantastic book. And Paul Auster, I really, really like some of his books. The New York Trilogy, The Book of Illusions. And Neil Gaiman's Neverwhere. That is a book I want to reread. Oh, Leslie, thank you and hello. Love David Eddings and SF books. Yeah, love David Edding. I don't think I have read David Edding, but I'm not sure. No, I don't like horror. That's why I haven't read him. But maybe I have to try some of his not horror books. Okay, let me see if I can find... I saw a leaf that I had forgotten, but now I can't see it again. Ah, where was it? Here. Behind. Dragons of Pern. I haven't read that either. There are lot of books I haven't read. Hello, Elin, welcome. Oops. I'm trying to do a page in Tomislav Tomić's book. I haven't colored in it before. Oops, now I'm outside the frame. Joy, welcome. How is your puppy? And Elin, are you working today? Yeah, I agree, Maria. His art is very beautiful and very intimidating. That's why I haven't done anything in it before, but for some reason I thought this picture would be nice to try. That's true. That the puppy gets a lot of attention now when you have to be home, the whole family all the time. Must have him for it. Oh, you have been working already. Okay. I have been sick for a long time. Not super sick, but very, very, very tired. And of course, I have been working from home, as most people on at my work, except from the people that will are doing the TV show. I mean, they have to be there, but we, the people behind the scene, we can work mostly from home. But I have not been able to exercise. And the other day I went for a walk and it was sunny and it was so, so wonderful. And I was so happy because the energy was back and I felt so good. And I hadn't felt like that for a lot of weeks. But the day after, I started to cough and I woke up and felt that it was a bit harder than normal to breathe. And I was so scared because I don't know if it was just in my imagination or if it really was like that, but it was scary. But it became better during the day, and today I'm a bit better, but still tired. But so I have not dared to take another walk, but it's starting to, I mean, we still have snow outside, but it's starting to melt down, and I can start soon, if I just get the energy level back, I can start to take away leaves in the garden and start to be outside, so it will be nice. But so far, now I can at least be in the nature through this picture. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's really hard this time of the year because it starts to come this pollen. I don't know what is the word in English. The thing in the air from the plants that can make you allergic. And then it's when the snow starts melting, it's the mold. So yeah, it can be a lot of things. And then we have the normal flu and the corona. So it's hard to know, but I have tried to be home, and when I have been shopping, I have been out late and try to be far away from other people, both for my own safety, but also if I have something, so I won't give it to someone else. And tomorrow it's my mother-in-law's birthday, but we will not go there as we are not 100% healthy, to avoid them getting something. The plan was to sit outside far away from each other so we wouldn't be too close anyway, but I think it's good to be home until we don't have any more symptoms. That's good with internet. We can't. There are things you can get on your computer, viruses, but not this one. But I think this staying at home is maybe easier if you are an introvert, because I have some friends at work that think it's super depressing and boring and they don't feel good being home so much. But for me it's like, oh, it's almost like normal. We are always home a lot. But of course I miss people too, but I don't feel that is the most hard part. I think it's harder with the anxiety and being scared about what's gonna happen with people around you. Okay, maybe that was the leaves on this part. Oh no, look! Look. I have been sitting with my pants like this. I don't know if you can see it. Look! You also feel like that it's fine to be home and yeah. Okay. I have totally destroyed his eyes because I have been sitting with the pencils like this and haven't seen what I have done. What have I done? He's not having a blue eye. He, you know. And my hands are all messy. But that is okay. But I wonder now. This will have to. Okay, this was not my plan to make him so green, but I think it's hard. I'm gonna let him be green now. Sometimes you just have to accept your mistakes and try to make the best out of it. Okay, so now we have a green tree man here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know. Oh no. Okay. And I don't know which one of the pens it was. Yeah, I think I can fix it somehow. Maybe. You could also do that, Shannon. I was talking and sitting with my pens. I didn't realize what was happening. And I don't know. It seems like it's two different, or maybe, well, 3 pens. Maybe I have done. I don't know what I have been using up there. So maybe I'll just do like this. I'm gonna kind of swipe over the palette so I get all the colors. No, that was not good. That was not good. Well. Okay, let's just mess it up with green and then try to fix it after. Okay, that was that color. It will be a lot of greens here, the leaves and the trees. But of course I can add other colors on top, browns and grays maybe, and I don't know where the tree ends. Sorry, Tomislav. So are you going to get Hannah Carlson's latest book? As I said in the beginning, I have ordered it, but it have not come yet. I think I have run out of water. I do need to fix that. I have to go and fix some water. You got it, Elin. Wow, congratulations. Okay, what happened now? What happened now? That was not good. That was not good. Okay, that was not good. Okay, sorry, something with my tape. Okay, there we have some focus. Okay, I'm gonna go fix some water for my pens. My water brush. Okay, no. Oh, boy, I'm so sorry. My phone. Okay, it's just a mess of this tape. But I think it's time for some tea. I have my Zelda teacup. Yeah, the staying home thing, I think, is affecting people in different ways, of course. It's hard for many people, but maybe not for everyone. I think we are home a lot, just we in the family. So for me, it's not very much difference, but of course, sometimes we just get on each other nerves. But I guess it would be strange if not. Oops, wrong. I think here it's so strange because we are a lot of people at my work, that working from home, and we are trying to not to avoid people and just shopping during hours when it's not many out. But one day I had to go shopping and I went an earlier hour, and there were a lot of people in the store, and it just felt like normal, almost like normal. And I was so shocked, because when you're just home all the time and try to not be out, it feels like everything is changed. And then you get out and see that not everyone seems to be scared or taking precautions, which is a bit surprising. Oops, that was too light. Okay, we have a green tree, which was not the intention, but I can change that later, I guess. But I felt before this stream, I was like, what am I going to talk about? Because I'm not doing anything. Nothing has happened. I've just been inside, being with my family, watched TV, read. Nothing special at all. Okay. Still a lot of leaves left. I think I will do them before I move on to maybe the flowers, or maybe the other poetry. I think I will do it the same green colors and then try to fix it. Maybe I have to give the other tree man as well a green eye. But I was really lucky, because we had a lot of things planned in March. We traveled to Stockholm for a vacation, and we were in 2 different comedy shows, and all of those things happened before the virus started to spread a lot. So I think we're really lucky. We did a lot of things before this staying home thing started. Let me zoom in a bit. And we are still watching Big Bang Theory, me and my husband, and we are almost finished. We just have 1.5 season left to watch, and I think it's so boring. I think it's so sad when you are into a series that with a lot of seasons and then it's over before you get into a new series. It's like when you're finishing a really good book. you are a bit lost. All those leaves. Some more leaves left, but soon they are done. The first layer at least. Where are you? Here? Oops. And here. I probably have missed some leaves, but I will notice that later. Okay. Let's see if I can do something with that tree man. And there have been so many fantastic freebies from the illustrators in the community. I have missed most of them as I have not had a fixed I have my printer. We were I had print some coloring books with it on the printer, and then the ink ran out, and ink is almost more expensive than the actually printer. But now we have fixed it, so now I can enjoy some of the freebies as well. Even if I prefer to coloring books, I must say. I'm not much for printing pictures. I do love to have them in the books. Hello, Melody again. Do you remember? This is the book I received from you. It's so beautiful. Let me see. I just try to, as I said, it was not my plan to do the trees green, but as I did a mistake up in the corner here, where I accidentally put a lot of color in, like a big blob. So now I'm going to do them greenish and maybe put some gray brown on top. Oops. Oops. This talking and coloring is not super easy. but it could easily happen even if I was alone. I'm kind of confused sometimes. I do a lot of accidents. Let's call them happy accidents. Mostly you can fix a lot of things, and you can just, if you just step away from your plan, if you had any, you can fix most things, because no one else knows what picture you had in your mind, if you had any. Like you, Maria, if you're still here, Maria Hansson, you always say that you are doing mistakes, and then you make fantastic versions of the pictures. Hi, Bethan, welcome. Okie dokie, let's see. I'm gonna try to zoom out, but my fingers also, they are a bit wet. No, it can't be. I have to. This is how it looks now. It's just a soft layer of color so far. A very pale brown for the deer, different greens for the leaves. Oh, the paint I'm using, mostly I have been using Sig Clean Color Real Brush, which is a watercolor pen, and Koi coloring brush pen, which also, it's also a watercolor pen, together with a Derwent water brush, the number 1, which is the smallest brush tip. So I think it's actually just 4 different colors so far. No, 5. This was the mid-gray Sig. This was the mustard Sig, and then it's these Sig deep green, Sig light green, and Koi sap green. Yeah, this book is scary. I almost said it's scary for everyone. This is the first picture I'm trying to do. I have found it very intimidating. But for some reason this picture spoke to me when I was flipping it through before this event. Okay, let me see. I have no idea still about this little forest man, elf, or what it is. Fairy, maybe, not elf. And we have the mushrooms. Well, there are still a lot of things in this picture. And I think I will use the dark oatmeal. Now I have to, maybe I can move the desk when I can't fix the streaming equipment. Dark oatmeal. Where is it? There. This is dark oatmeal Sig. So the first one is when I have just used it on the paper, and here it's with water. So I'm going to use it with water so it's not gets too dark, and I'm going to use it on the door as a first layer there. Okay, now it's hard to see what is the door, what is plant, what is the feet of the mushrooms. I'm just doing something here. It's not that important. I don't think anyone will look so closely on this picture after. Maybe me, but no one else. I have done a lot of slow colorings lately with just colored pencils and a lot of layers, so I thought it would be nice to do something a little bit more quicker. Well, at least the first layer is quick. Then when you start to use pencils, if I'm going to do that, it's not going to be as quick. Okay, let's see. Let's see what to do. I think I'm going to use the olive green. Here we have that one. The Sig olive green. For the grass, down here, just the first layer. I could use the same colors I have been using up here, but I think it would be nice to have a little bit of different tone. I really like the Derwent #1 water brush pen, but it's not giving away a lot of water, so you have to kind of squeeze it all the time to get the water out. So I know some people don't like that. I still haven't started to try with regular brushes. I'm too lazy. I have a lot of books, but lately I started to put some books in a box that I can close so I don't have to see them. So I don't will get overwhelmed by all the books, and try to just have the ones, my current favorites, so I can see them and don't have to choose from every book every time. But as I'm mostly just coloring whips, old whips, try to finishing them right now, well, that limits the how many pictures I can choose from. Okay, let's zoom out again. No, Vicky, that's not good. You're gonna stream today too, aren't you? I wish my camera could be like this, but then I have to hold it in my hand because the silver tape wasn't good enough. Okay, so now we have a lot of greens, calm colors, forest colors, browns and greens, but very soft. This is gonna be more colorful when it's finished. But we still have some branches. I think I will do them a little bit more brown, maybe. Let me see. I do think the Sigs lack a bit of browns. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, yeah, I asked you if you're gonna stream later, and hopefully the internet connection will be better then for you. I'm thinking of using the brick beige. It's not brown, but it is brownish. Or maybe the mustard, but I have already used it here. Let's try the... Are there a 90 set? I thought I had them. I have 80. Are there 90 now? Oh, I have to buy them then. Oh, Bridget, you get stormy weather. Sorry, I'm outside the frame. This is the brick beige with water. So it's a bit brownish. So I'm gonna start with it as a base layer. For some of the branches behind the crown. Christiane, welcome and good morning. Let's see. Okay. Oh, that was... It's hard to see what is branches and what is the crown of this animal, but it's not... Oops, it's not that important. The first layer is just the first layer. Then you can do a lot of things when you add other colors on top. When you start to blend and do shadows and darker and parts and things like that. Because so far it's very bleak. And as you know, I can't do bleak. I try to do soft and beautiful sometimes, but it always ends up being color bombs, which is, I mean, pictures with a lot of colors and bright colors. I knew it! Here is a leaf that I had forgotten. Okay, what is this? I have no idea, but let's give them some brick beige. I think it's going up to the flowers. Okay, so this is bushes. Some kind of, or something growing on long branches. It's very calming with these colors, but it's a little bit boring too. But I don't know what colors I should add when I start to add more colors, because I don't want it to be too intense. Well, am I kidding? It will be too intense, of course it will. It's always. Oh, another leaf. Hello, little leaf. Oh, another TV series we have started to watch is Larry David. I have never seen it before, and it's so embarrassing. It's just too much. I can hardly watch it. But I can't watch anything depressing right now. Oh, I missed. Kenny, are you not feeling well? Feel better soon. Yeah, he produced Seinfeld. And after that he did a series about himself. Well, I hope it's not totally himself. But yeah. He's this cranky old man. Oops, sorry, now outside the frame again. Even if not much happening outside the frame, it's just the same color. This brick beige applied with a water brush. Okay, maybe I should have put another color on the stems to the flowers, but let's keep this and then see what I can do after. I think it's nice when I don't often do pictures with so many small details, but when I do, to do a layer on most parts so I can see the parts before I start to do more with it. Okay, I saw a leaf. Where did you go? Ah! I saw a leaf I had forgotten, and it wasn't this one, it was another one. Ah, now I see it again. There it was. Okay, and we have the grass. I think I will use this light green on the grass. It's a very, very green picture so far. So Vicky, if you are still here, do you have the schedule for today, the streamings? I was going to write it up so I could tell you where to go next. But do you think I remembered? No. It's really, oh, sorry. It's really nice to stream again. And here. more branches. Where are the brick beige? There it is. And here and here. I think I'm gonna use some on the tree as well. On top of the green. In the parts that are gonna be more shadowed to give some color variation. I'm sorry I miss what you are talking about. But I can see you're happy. That's all that matters. Well, actually I can't see that you are happy, but I can see that you seem happy. So I hope that's true. Oopsie daisy. Now I did something more strange. I accidentally, as my palette has a lot of holes in it, I accidentally put color here on the lilac in my color swatch book instead of on the palette. Well, well, what do you say? If you're a clumsy person, you are. Oh, here is a branch I didn't see. Let me see. Leslie, yes, Isabel, we're all being happy and behaving ourselves. That's good. That's all I'm asking for. Sorry. Okay, so soon I have to add some other colors in because it's so... Even if I'm gonna start bringing in other versions of brown and green, it's still very, very brown and green. So I think I need to brighten it up a little bit. Soon, soon, soon. Oh, here we had a branch. And I have no idea. Sorry, I am so zoomed in, so it's hard for me to see that you can see what I'm doing. And we have the bright light outside the window that is making it a bit hard too. But I shouldn't complain about the light because that is so much better than the winter and the not light, the darkness. Oops. Slippery fingers. Let me see. Where was I? Up here. Okay, a branch that's coming down here. Interesting. I think. And then this is the branch too, maybe. Okie dokie. Let's zoom in and let's try to get another angle. Okay, now I have to stare at it. What do I want to do? Do I want it to pop with kind of yellow flowers, like sunflowers? Or do I want something red? Or pink? Pink feels like a safe color. And we have the background. What do I want for the background? I wonder. And we have this stag, and what do I want to do with him? There are so many things to think about. Okay, I think I'm gonna shock myself, or should I? I was going to say I'm gonna use yellow, but I'm not sure. Oh, Kenny, thank you. Yeah, it spoke to me as the perfect page for this Woodland event. Oh, Phantom of the Opera, that is my favorite musical. It's one of the few I actually seen on stage for real in Stockholm a long time ago. It was so magical, and I loved the movie as well. Was it who was streaming it on YouTube last night? Was it? I missed it, unfortunately. I'm sorry for this pause. I don't know what to do with it. I think I'm gonna yeah. I had one of these seats that was a bit I couldn't see the whole stage because I was buying them very late, but they were still fantastic. So fantastic. What do I want for the background? Okay. For yellow flowers, because that is a happy color. Or do I want turquoise? Purple and pink. Yeah, that would look good. But I kind of would like to do them as sunflowers. Okay. That was the wrong color. Let me see this. No, that is too much like green. It's the yellow green. I'm just testing. That was lemon yellow. And there is yellow. Okay. No, maybe not. Maybe not. I'm not sure how to proceed. It feels like, oh, sorry. It feels like whatever color I will choose, it's gonna take away this very soft feeling it has so far. But that will still go away anyhow. Oh no. It's really difficult to have a phone. Okay, I have to think about the flower, so let's take something else. Maybe I should switch medium to a more forgiving one, or something I have been using more often, so I feel more comfortable with them. I'm gonna try this spring green. It is the Carandash Pablo. I don't know, can you see? I'm just doing these bushes coming up in the background. More greens. Isn't this strange? Look, we have grass here, and if it would be like bushes, but when you come under it, it's not there anymore. Well, well, who cares? Because if I use this, I could more... No, come on. Phone change. Oh, maybe I have to have a finger on it all the time. Let me see. What should I do? Maybe I should do something with a... I have to think about how to do the background and the flowers. I think I'll try this is Bordeaux red. I'm just gonna see how that looks. It's also Pablo. Of course, this is much slower way of coloring, but then you have time to think more about what you're doing. So can we find it on YouTube, just searching for Phantom of the Opera? Go to the channel, the shows must go on. Oh, thank you. Andrew Lloyd Webber is streaming one of his musicals each week. Wow. That is fantastic. Wow. I think it's amazing how people, when things are so strange right now and changing and we can't do things as normal, how creative people are and helpful and sharing these things. It's amazing. I have to go watch that later. Thank you. Oh, here we have a little mushroom. And then I will take some Indian red. I will try to zoom in. Also Pablo. If I want the dots to be white, I don't have the patience to color around them when they are so small. But I can go in with white gel pen or Posca after if I want them white. If I want them some kind of darker color, I could probably use a gel pen in a darker color. Okay, let's see. I wonder what happens if I use a little bit of darker carmine. My Pablos are not my favorites. I was actually thinking of selling them, but then I started to use them together with polychromos and Prismacolors, and they have some colors that are really unique, and even if they're not my favorite, they are good. So I decided to keep them. I'm not sure. This is salmon. I'm not sure what color I want on the top. So I will try. That was salmon. This is apricot. Okay, they look almost the same. I do think my best pencils are in a mess somewhere. Yes, here. Now I'm gonna switch to Prismacolor because that was what I found. The Deco Pink. And I will try something else. I don't like the first ones. I'm gonna try to, sorry, I'm holding my hand on the phone all the time. That's why it's a bit wobbling. I'm gonna see what's happening if I use the white. This is luminance white, my favorite white. It almost looked the same if I just used the white from taking color up from the bottom and up, and when I used Deco Pink first and then white on top. Almost. You like Pablos, Maria? They are not my favorite, but I know a lot of people like them, and I don't dislike them, but they are not, I mean, I prefer Prisma. Back to which one was this? Indian Red. Yeah, that's true. Pencils, different pencils works very different on different paper. So true. White. Sorry, I need to, let me see. Okay, gonna pick it up again. Bringing in some black. Yeah, the graphitins. You are using them for that octopus? It was in a Kirby book, wasn't it? Reminded me that it was a long time since I used my graphitins. You always say it's messy and then it's not. I don't believe you. Yeah, the Phantomorphia. Oh, Vicky, I'm so sorry for you and for your internet connection. I really need to fix this for tomorrow. It's hard to have one hand on the phone all the time because the glue in the tape doesn't work very well. Let me see, where did I put all my whites? I wonder if I can. No, I can't. I have to pick it up. Never feed the black pencil. No, I have this feeling that I try to make contrasts by using a bit of black, but still, every time when I put up a picture on Instagram and watch it like that on the phone, I always feel like the contrast is gone. So I guess I'm too scared. I use too little of the black. I had an idea. Let me see. I think I'm gonna go to the pale pink, the Sig pale pink, and use it on top. See if it's doing anything for the picture. Not much, but a little bit. Okay, where did that cap go? There. And now I see if I can use this is, what is it? A Ranger pen, a white gel pen. It's almost as good as the Uniball. And this little one. Okay. Let me see. Okay, it's really hard. I'm not sure how much more I can stream as I have to hold the phone with my hand all the time. I wonder if any store is open that have, or maybe maybe I can fix the web camera to tomorrow. Okay. Tack, Solveig. Thank you, Solveig. Okay, let's see. So far it looks like this. If you can see it. And as you can see, the paper is a bit buckled of the water. But that is good because then it will keep the pens better from dropping at the floor. So I'm gonna do these mushrooms in the same color. And I'm leaning towards doing the flowers blue. Some kind of blue, maybe. Purple would go as well. Thank you, I'm happy you like the mushrooms. And soon, can you see it? The sun is coming in from the window. Oh, hello Andrea, welcome. Hello, Katrina. I'm doing this page in Tomislav Tomić. Okay, maybe I can do the other mushrooms while we're thinking. I should ask someone in my family to come and hold the phone straight. But I'm sure they have more fun things to do. Okay, so this time I think I will do the mushrooms the other way around. I will start with this pale pink Sig color as a base. Oh, that was not a mushroom. Sorry, that was the tree. I was too fast. And then some... Where are you? Indian red, Pablo, and Bordeaux, black, and white. Luminance, close by now, but I'm having a problem because sometimes, as I have to hold the phone with my hand all the time, as my tripod is broken, so I have used silver tape to try to fix the phone on the broken tripod. Sometimes my fingers slip and I close the phone's screen, and then I have to remove the tape so I can open the phone again. This wasn't easy. Okay, this is Indian red, Pablo, yay, Kenny. I will hopefully stream tomorrow as well, noon my time, so a bit earlier. I think that was what we decided, if you hear Vicky. Okay, you have no picture. Maybe it's... Okay, then I guess it's a sign as good as any that I should stop. Can you hear me? I hope I can fix this equipment until tomorrow, so you don't have to see a black screen and I don't have to hold the phone with my hand all the time and use silver tape. You can hear. Good. So then I can say goodbye at least. So I'm sorry that it went black. And I'm sorry for the silver tape. But it's super nice to have you here. And the streamathon keeps going this weekend. So don't miss the other streams. And Vicky, thank you for doing this event. Yeah, now you all need a nap. Have a good day and see you tomorrow if I don't have the possibility to join the other person's streams. So goodbye. If I can close this, the tape is in the way. Let me see.